and everybody is pressuring the president to sign a state of emergency. I agree. Mahama needs to sign that state of emergency, irrespective of the fact that we have reclaimed 9 out of 7 of the forest reserves, which are completely taken over. Declare the state of emergency so you give the police and the military powers to enter the reserve. But I didn't know what dangerous. Yeah, according to Erastus and the reports that came out.
9 out of 7.
I mean, 7 out of 9. Sorry, 7 out of 9. Yeah. You see, the Galamsey is saying.
The talk with Aguchi target.
No, it'll be fine. I mean, it be convo. It be convo we have. Yeah. So the Galamseyers, they have higher grade weapons than the Ghana military.
Oh, you a joke?
I swear. They
Serious?
have higher grade weapons. Yes, they got commandos from Burkina Faso, Benin, and Kofuna Omedi, Omari Ninchina, Omari Befu, 7 foot niggas.
There's no way a single individual will be powerful than a state. That is
Charlie,
it's just a matter of leadership. For me, maybe I interject just a little bit. For me, I would say the problem with Galamsey has to do with one thing. If only we go feel revised when our constitution say, it not be president's way, it will appoint IGP. Once we're able to erase that power, where we go do such a way, say the police itself, where they have system or whatever, where an IGP go day power. So if the IGP day power, it has nothing to do with political affiliation or whatever. So you go feel be whoever. The IGP has every right to jail you or to do whatever. But so far as there is a political appointment of the IGP, so guess what's happening now? All of a sudden, now with the say NDC people will Omnomutu Galamsey, why do you think that is happening? It's because the food say, so we will get the power. We will go free do whatever and nothing go free happen because if something happen, it's just a phone call away and the IGP will come through for us. Once we're able to solve that aspect, we will not have Galamsey issue. That is why you may think that how can a Galamsey individual have power over a state?
So listen, let me tell you something. In the report,
Blaque, just a second, right? I want to speak to what he just said, right? I think to an extent you have a point, but you're only looking at the problem from one side, right? That Blaque in initial submission is that they mentioned that there's a legal instrument called the LI 2462, right? And the LI 2462 prior to 2022, right? We didn't have it. So what it does is it now legitimizes, how do you call it, mining in forest reserves, protected forest reserves. A forest reserve, right, originally is not meant to be mined. But with the LI 2462 in place, illegal miners can go into the forest reserves and mine gold. So that actually should be our point of concern and not just the IGP. Because you can make the IGP autonomous.
So what's someone said?
And all of that. But as long as the LI 2462 is still in place, which was enacted by the past administration, Galamsey is still going
3 years ago. 3 years ago, just 3 years ago, and an LI can easily be amended. So it's not even a difficult point. I think someone is coming from a point of starting from the top. If we are able to make some of the appointments non-political, it is going to make it easier for every institution.
So let me tell you why. Let me tell you why that will not work with Galamsey, right? In the same interview with Erastus, he said that the police they uncovered a Galamsey site. They went to the police. The police took their cameras and their phones, asked them to wipe it because guess what? Whether police was IGP selected by the president's legislature or they voted for him by the Ghanaians, police in the corner also amount 1,000 cities and I gold dance kakra to Ubutoma. Then the police now have turned to the security guards of the Galamsey site. So it goes beyond who appointed the IGP. Our easy ability to be corrupted. Why? Police stopped me for Accra. If I get dead body from my trunk inside, 100 cities go make a pass free.
True.
Listen, IGP safe. If I go kill somebody, where they come pass dead body or I kidnap somebody from my trunk, 1,000 cities I go pass. So it's not a matter of
No,
who
IGP
appointed the
1,000 or
Okay, Black,
IGP
Black, I
1,000
want to
goes.
ask you one question.
IGP
Black, I
there
want to ask you one
maybe
question.
100,000 or 10,000. You
So,
know.
make us solidify your points.
Okay,
So, Black, the point about the removal of the IGP or the appointment of the IGP is just an aspect of it. It's not only the IGP. We are looking at other institutions.
No, but right now we are veering off. I'm coming. To stay on Galamsey.
Let me just say one thing. You made mention of the fact that like CS have a lot
They will, because from lawyer matter to this, they don't be
very,
small.
very true. Very, very true. And you see, there is this video that circulated last week, and I think there was a fight between the military and some Galamseyers where the military couldn't enter. Like
they had to retreat.
They were ready to fight, and it was an ISO.
Soldiers retreated.
That'd be crazy. That'd be yawa.
It means I did my house we come. You don't know what I get, but I did show you some power we,
Yeah, but bro, what do they talk? Me, American soldier, go retreat from where? Because
in America,
fire.
You understand? In America, imagine. So Ghana military in Ghana, where they retreat. And they say you need Cote d'Ivoire for the yawa.
Then also they have been before. So it's a very delicate issue when it comes.
No, I mean that be what I tell you say. Ghana, Obia's rule soldier. When it gets to a point where soldier need nam kumpra usru in Ghana. Police
soldier for nankasa omu pe jama too much. Tumu yebedi. Now you run. Now I always talk say me trust you, but this matter way you talk make us say don't because if they run away from Galamsey killers.
The issue
Jama soldiers, bro.
The issue be leadership problem. Everything we see right now, it points at one aspect of this. So it's a leadership problem. So, Black, I want to ask you a question, and I just want you to be very honest. Put political biases aside.
No doubt.
To you, Dampare, the IG, what he did with the Ghana Police Service, the kind of image we give Ghana Police Service, compared to the new IGP, you could say did a great job.
Okay, so now I want you to tell me what Dampare did and what Yohonu has did. I want you to give me the parameters for the
okay. I'm going to tell you what Dampare did. For the first time in Ghana, we had confidence. We had confidence in the Ghana Police Service. For the first time in Ghana.
Let me relegate your question because it's too early to judge. It's too early to judge.
I feel like
you know why? You know why?
Divert to the conversation now.
Yeah. No. Hold on. You know why? No. You know why? I'm trying to let us see something. Okay. Black.
They divert the conversation goes
They divert because from hiring a lawyer to where we did
everything they come, because everything they fall into what they try to. And I'm trying to let us realize something. See, it be leadership problem. Reason why I'm bringing this whole Dampare stuff in is based on the facts. If you be president, where you come in, you know the mean say for change IG, and that is the issue.
No.
It's just like it has become a norm. You are taking the conversation so far, right? I'm talking to you about the challenges with Galamsey where police are corruptible. Like, when Dampare was released, there was a party in Ghana Police Service. Look, I went to some of their barracks. I have family in the Ghana Military and Police Service.
No, let's not make it like that. Right? Do you know what we do right now? Let's bring the competition back. Right now, assuming that Unsumi has been arrested, right? Which lawyer do you think Unsumi will go for? Let's bring it back to the law so that we will make it.
Okay, so I heard that conversation. I believe Untumi.
Who do you think within
Untumi?
Who do you think Untumi will go for?
Right now, the best people Untumi should go for one, Gofredame.
Why? Tell us why.
Gofredame being the former Attorney General in Ghana, it's not about how good a lawyer is. It's about the judge and the political party in power.
I agree.
That's contentious.
No,
I'm coming. Let me qualify what I'm saying, except for a few lawyers who have distinguished themselves to excel irrespective of what political party is there. Tadio Sore, Chatu Chikata. You can even look at Atachia, the current Attorney General Dominic Ayeni, right? And some really old ones, right? These are people who have excelled and they have a career-long history of, adjudicating cases of cases they've won.
So we make reference to Ayeni, let me see, because I have a different opinion about.
Who said as for listen? I'm coming. You've asked me a question. Let me answer it. As for opinions, we all have it. It's like Obi say opinion is like a nose. Obi, and I can never argue opinion.
You made a particular.
I'm not. Yes, I'm saying. Yes, I'm. Wait. Let me.
How it's made them. I'm asking about you.
When the ECG PDS case came, you know which lawyers they got? They got Ayeni. And Ayeni has won several cases, especially in judgment debts for multiple companies in Ghana. Right? Now, I am saying that if I were wound to me, I would go for Godfrey Dame and Atachia. Atachia, I like him because he's very eloquent. And he knows how to manipulate and, twist issues and make you see his point and buy into it. I've always respected his eloquence and the way he articulates his points, because in court you can get a murderer off, the hook if you know how to argue your point. And I see Atacha to be one. However, in this current climate we are in, right, you are going to see that somebody like Godfrey Dame. I will choose Godfrey Dame because a lot of judges were brought to the bench with him as either Deputy Attorney General or Attorney General. And he has built rapport with these judges, right? All the way up until the time the CG was removed, Godfrey Dame was still going to be the lawyer to go to because he was the security blanket for them, right? So he might still have relationships by virtue of his position as Attorney General, which just ended January 6th, and be able to get a few favors for you, right? Tachuchikata obviously will not represent one to me. Tadio Sore obviously will not represent one to me. I would even go for this guy, Bobby Banson, young lawyer, right? He hasn't shown any political colors, but when I look at the strategy with which he's handled the EMP and Azuma case, I can see he's a very bright lawyer because he's using very tactical ways to legally, win the case. And they are almost 60% done with that case. But in Ghana, I can tell you, you are as good as the judge, your money, and, the relationships you have in politics.
I agree. You say I made mention of this point.
And is that good though? Is that good?
It unfortunately, I wouldn't even say it's only from where they come from. It's that be how the world is. Right. I believe even in America, when somebody get kids, you go search lawyer where you know say you get connect, and some people they got jails. So that thing I wouldn't even say it's only even Ghana. It worldwide. It's everything is about your connection. Once you get good connection, you know how to move certain way. That's why they call them plea. Even if they're called define even what they call plea deal. So they depend on how you will lobby around and all that, and it's all based on relationship. Yep. If you did as a judge, and maybe me, I come here, you have several cases where you chop my matter. Some you chop for me, some you not chop for me. Definitely you go be used to me. With me and you go have some rapport. Where if I see you for outside, oh, Jack Fire. Oh, how is it going? Go vibe.
Me.
So relationship will build from there. Maybe let's say 10
forget. Use somebody else. Me make Jimmy. Bro, forget, bro.
Let me give you an example. Unim, let me give you an example. During the Ato Forsen and versus Attorney General case, everybody in Ghana said Godfrey Dame didn't have a case. Now, Godfrey Dame went and he met with a Supreme Court judge behind closed doors with Jakpa in an attempt to get Jakpa to fold and snitch on Ato Forsen so they can hang Ato Forsen. But Jakpa, because they didn't know Jakpa was really NDC, you see, one thing I've realized is the NDC had a lot of undercovers lingering around the MPP. So he went to Jakpa, attempted to get Jakpa to flip on Ato Forsen, took Jakpa to a Supreme Court judge's house to attempt to negotiate before they go to court.
That's not factual. That's not factual. So if you are saying,
I was about to say, it not be factual. So that's why
hold on.
If it's serious allegation, you don't go up.
Hold on. Godfrey Dame himself, I'm coming. Don't say it's not. I'm coming. Godfrey Dame himself admitted they went to the judge's house. The audio recordings were played. We heard it. Yes, so
let me tell you where you said it. Hold on. Let me tell you where you said it.
Okay.
You said Dame called Japa or called Japa to the judge's house, but that's not the case.
Okay, what's the truth?
Japa is related to Kuleni. Attorney General is Kulendi's friend. You understand? So now Kulendi called the two of them for a discussion. Within the discussion, whatever the Attorney General tried to do was obviously to help his case. Because obviously no lawyer was seeking. So
hold on. So in this case, you are saying that it wasn't Attorney General that called the judge, it was the judge that called him, right?
No, you see, right? That particular matter that came out, it wasn't so. It wasn't for the
because forget it. I want you to. You see,
was it an arbitration stage or because there should be more to it?
No, they were
more of a side talk. You understand?
No, they were on trial. I'm coming.
It was done on a in law or in the courts, right? A judge can call the prosecutor and the defendant into his chambers, and this is not wrong.
Yeah, the judge cannot call them to his house.
But house is wrong though.
My chamber,
chamber is cool, but house,
Listen, and the judge cannot call the prosecutor and the defendant when the defendant has counsel. No, he can't. He can't. No, but listen, you see. No, so you are dragging the matter. Listen, let me use this to buttress my point. The point I'm making to you in this case is that whether the judge called Godfrey Dame or Godfrey Dame called the judge, there was a calling, which was unorthodox. And so I'm telling you that the relationship you have between the lawyer...
about connections. And I think it's unorthodox.
I'm saying it's unorthodox by way of the practice of law. No, Timmy. To watch the team.
Only because it came out, but in the reality, they are always together.
Yes. So I'm coming. Listen. I want you to understand my point. I made the point in my answer that the best lawyer has a relationship, and I'm confirming to you where that relationship was in play. It came out. They were exposed. So it happens, and such people who engage in these activities are usually winning their cases because they cook the case outside of court. Because, listen, the Supreme Court judge is not supposed to meet the prosecutor and the defendant without the defendant's counsel in the Supreme Court judge's house under no circumstance, especially to talk about the case. They can meet at the party. They can go to a party at the judge's house where everybody's there. But for those two parties to come there, it's unethical.
I was only telling you the dynamics involved. That Japa is related to Kulengi.
I don't need the dynamics. It's irrelevant. My only point is listen. My only point is Godfrey Dame had relationships. He made phone calls. Japa was not going to his uncle's house to go and eat chichinga. Japa was going there to meet Godfrey Dame and have a discussion about the case. That is unethical for their practice. So whether it was his son, they were twins, it's unethical. And that is why it was very difficult for Japa to bring that out because it exposes Kulendi as well. So in Ghana, it's about the relationship you have in our court systems. And I didn't know judges ekoje and ponche. So they didn't. And ponche you. Judge you seek out